something like, let me use this one to explain. You see, the prophecies, like the prophecies, then the malam. You see, sometimes what they do, they don't have what objective truth in that. If you can see that maybe this person has a bright future, or if you can see like ahead of time, like you can see if you have a third eye or second eye, you can see that you can see ahead of time. You see, me, I can't also see that. Do you get me? So it is subjective to the person alone. Do you get me? So you are saying about using the politics and the religion, and the law. What are you? I explain why the value judgment does not have what objective truth, because what the value judgment is what it is subjective in nature. Like that, it is subjective in nature. And I remind you, the value judgment we have two types. We have what moral and no moral. So we should know how to be going about such things. And since this one is not a lecture, I'm not here to maybe probably teach you everything, but I suppose you guys know. So I just giving the roadmap of how to get to the to go to do the work. Okay. So I'm closing the chapter on the first question. Are you okay with that? So now let's move on to the second question. Barrister, the second question. Barrister.
Yeah, I think
Barrister,
this is
can
the
you
second
slow down?
question. This is the second question. Can you see the screen?
Okay, the second question. The second question. Yes, I can see this. The second question. It says that what at a training shop, at a training shop, you heard one of the what resource persons define marriage. So you see what? So now you are what definition? The person what is defining marriage, and this definition you can see it in lecture 1. That's when it's what we have 3 types of what, but declarative statements. We have what factual, value judgment, and what, and then definition. I do that, and then we will come and treat definition proper in unit 2 or lecture 1 and 3. That is when you're going to look at the types of definition, and then in lecture 3 you're going to look at what the problems that are associated with definition. Accurate. Now this person is defining marriage as what a union between what a person and please don't. Barrister, please be taking them off. Be taking them off. Just remove them. Just remove them. Obey simple instructions. You're not obeying it. Like I'll leave the group. So please, those who have a mic on, what are you trying to mean? Oh, we are recording for your own sake, and I want to just make it.
Please, if you are joining a Zoom meeting, kindly put off your microphone. Okay, so I've muted them. Let's continue.
Right now, am I on? So now, this person is defining marriage as what, as a union between what, a man and a woman. So you are supposed to ask yourself, is this definition what is the problem? Is it vague? Is it too broad? Is it too narrow? Argue that, because we are using this. Because you see, I have not even read the question, but I know maybe what the question would connote, because what I know there is a problem in definition. I argue that. So is it too broad? Is it too narrow? And maybe just more low key. One can say that is too narrow, in the sense that marriage is not always maybe the union between a man and a woman. Maybe that union, talking about the traditional maybe union, but out of the spiritual union. If you the moment you have maybe at times have sex with a female, you guys what like in actual sense it is marriage. That is what the olden days technology. There isn't the need for you to go and do that kind of traditional marriage, because of you guys have had sex, and by virtue of that, you are married. One can equal say what it is too broad. Sorry about that, my data. So one can equally say that it is too broad, and then you explain your this thing, your points out. I agree with that. So now let's come to the question. Say that how might you, as a critical thinking student, explain to the speaker the problem with this definition? So what is the problem with the definition? Is it too broad? Is it too narrow? All right. So is it I said too broad, too narrow, circular, vague? I get that. Now, so it suggests the alternative definition. So after giving us that it is too broad, now suggest the alternative definition and explain why your definition does a better job than his. I get that. Now, how do I start this question? So, first of all, you have to you mind as a critical student, what's the problem? So maybe we have to open maybe the floor by defining definition. Maybe definition explains or convey the meaning of a word. Do you get me? Now, over the years, there have been a vast range of what types, or there have been different ways of what defining a word. Do you get me? Um, in quest to defining a word, one might or one may what encounter some problems that comes to us with its definition. Accurate. Per unit 1 and 2 or 1 to 3, there are 3 major problems that are associated with definition: too broad, too narrow, too vague, and blah, what have you. From the definition above, one can say that the definition suffers the problem of what blah 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 blah. And you explain why you are saying it is too broad, why you are saying it is too narrow, or why I saying it is too secular or it is maybe vague. I get that. Now, so after explaining that, then now which definition within the types of definition are you going to use stipulative? Are you going to use theoretical definition? Blah blah blah. So now define it like a good one, which you think that it has no problem, like the one you are currently correcting. I get that. Then you conclude. That is all. Please, are you okay with this? Do you get it?
Yes,
Those
sir.
who are supposed to answer this question, do we get it? Do we get it? They're not talking. All right. Browse, next question.
Please, how many of you are doing this question? How many of you are doing this particular question?
I'm not sure, dear.
All right. So, Browse, next question. Next question.
Okay.
Since maybe you are recording, it's going to be on the page. So let's be quick so that maybe even at any time they can listen to it if they want.
I think we've answered this one.
No.
It's a different question.
No.
Yes.
Yes, it's a different question.
Okay. Hey, and I'll call hiding on. I'm coming. Let me try to squeeze it. Okay. I think you can see now.
All right. So now this question says that using a scenario. So it's using a scenario H. So you are going to use a scenario for politics, for law, for medicine, for religion, for culture, and education. Using a scenario H. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more like 6 paragraphs or 6 points. I get that. All should be in paragraphs, or maybe just scenario that can relate to or what have you. So show why a critical thinker would use specific definitions of what specific type of definitions for that context to make effective meaning. Now, so you can't start this question again without defining what definitions is. Define what
Please, if you join,
definition is.
kindly mute.
And
Kindly mute.
those who are.
Let's continue.
So you can't start this question without defining what definition is. I don't know what it type. So maybe definition is defined as blah blah blah. Per unit, maybe 1 to 3. There are 6 types of what definitions. Okay, maybe into bracket it can list all the definitions. Okay, that. So within this type of definition, at best, one particular definition may surpass another per a given question or within what a given context or question. I agree with that. So now if we take politics, which type of definition do we think that you can best use to do politics? Is it maybe theoretical definition? Is it stipulative? Is it lexical definition? Blah 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 blah. I agree with that. Now, if you are saying it's theoretical, you say what? Show why. If you are saying the theoretical definition that you are going to use for law, why? Why theoretical and not stipulative? I agree with that. Show why. Do you get it? So within, if you take politics, so one definition, show why it is politics. You get it? So after all, you can conclude. So easy. Any question pertaining this? Any question pertaining this?
How many people are
answering
doing?
this question?
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does that mean we are going to define politics? But in defining politics, when we choose the type of definition, like the type of definition we are going to use to define the politics, we have to defend why we chose it, right?
Coming, I didn't hear the last one. I said different words.
I'm saying, are we going to define the individual points we are using? Let's say politics. So if we choose to define politics and we select a type of definition, we are supposed to like defend it.
Yes,
like,
yes, define it.
Yeah.
So the defining is the why. So if I say that maybe maybe politics, politics is the ability to lead. Do you get me? So you are defining it, or you have given it not necessarily a definition, but a scenario. It can be an example, or it can be like a phrase. Do you get me? Like anything, it's example, definition, scenario, phrase. Do you get me? So if you give that phrase, do you get me? We can clearly say that okay, this definition that you are defining, it is from what theoretical, it is from what stipulative, it is from what lexical, it is from what well defined. I get that.
Yes, yes, sir.
So give us the reasons, define it why you are giving this scenario pertaining lexical, pertaining theoretical. I get that. So say using a scenario from each of this one, using a scenario, show why a critical thinker would use specific type of definition for that context. So that context maybe it's not per that definition, per that example that you have given, per that scenario. Why will you use that particular definition theoretical for that context that you're giving us? Do you get it? So that it will make a very communicable meaning, like it will make a very effective meaning. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any further question pertaining that? Any further question? Any further question? All right. Next question.
Okay, let me help. The context, politics, law, medicine, religion, culture, and education. They are all 6. So I want to help my friends. Maybe if you take one, you should give maybe at least 90 per a contest.
90 per oh, that does not really matter, because you see, we are going to give an introduction. How we get it? So if only, like, the thing is that if only know what you know what you are writing, we are introduction, body, and conclusion, right? And at least you know what you like. Right now, I'm not explaining the slide because we are zoomed out. Munim slides, so I just giving the roadmap. So suppose you really know the slides, like when there much, you will end up even wanting to write more than the 600, because 600, no, to me it's not enough. 600 is just like half a page, like just half a page, half a page. 600, they're like, and like it's not this one, endorse no. Endorse no, cry, endorse. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Next question. Vanessa, mute your mic. Next question.
Is those who had this question, are you okay with it?
Yes.
So you can do it.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, so after doing it, if you want any let's say review, you can send it to any of us and then we go through it. Okay, but please follow instructions. Don't write more than 500 pages. And every time you're giving an assignment, make sure you write your IDs on the assignments too.
Okay.
Yes. So please, I think you've solved this question too. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's move on to the next question. Okay. Have you solved this one?
No.
Okay. So those of you doing this course, or
This one, yes. They say the one we just did. I'm coming. No, this one you have not done. You have not done the 2 of them.
Okay, so let's try doing them.
All right. So it said using 2 examples each. Using 2 examples each. Explain why 3 linguistic biases. So this look at that easy. So what are the linguistic biases? So you see, what are the linguistic biases? So the linguistic biases here are the same as what? The problems of what? Definition. They get me. Too broad, too narrow, circular, vague. So using 2 examples, explain why linguistic biases studied in the courses so far and show how each can be corrected. This one, oh. Well, question with the mood up. Biases. So you know the linguistic biases. So you see, something like somewhere like I will come soon. Do you know that it's not correct? Or maybe in critical thinking it's not correct. Like, let me put it that way. Critical thinking is not correct. In that it is a linguistic bias. And then now most of us don't like critical thinking and are running away from it. So if you really understand the critical thinking, you know that what our come soon is what it's incorrect. And this language, this knowledge here would help you in your academic writing, or would help you even after critical thinking, because what you are going to use some of this knowledge throughout your 4 years. So our come soon, it is what it is vague. Do you get me? Because it does not give us the specific time you would come, the accurate time. Maybe, oh, I'll come by 5 p.m. Yes, so I'll come by what? 5 p.m. Do you get me? Maybe Daniel is what? Is matured. It is also vague, because if you tell Daniel is matured, in what? What age are you terming it as what? Maturity? Maybe Daniel is what, 50 years old. Then you have given us what? The specific age. How do that? So you're supposed to what? Using 2 examples. So if I take now, I've given you Hello. So you see that right now, I've even given you two examples and our weakness, and I've shown you how to correct it. I want to say it's so easy. You see? Now, so let me just do when it comes to secular. Secular simply means that a secular can be called a secularity, or it can be called what begging the question, or what begs the question, or at times it can be called what tautology. Tautology. Now, so we see that was somewhere like this. Computer is when one uses maybe computer is when one is used into what computing. Computer is when one is used into what computing. You see, this one we are begging the question because what we can find the definite doom within the definite, or we can find a subject within the word predicate, or we are repeating the subject into the word in the predicate. So it is secularity or begging the question of tautology. I agree with that. Now, so how then can we correct it? You can simply correct it in the sense that do not repeat the computing or any word related to computing within the context in defining it. Don't repeat it again. I agree with that. Then you're done. So how then can we start this question? So first of all, you would have to explain any three language devices. So now, so we can start within our everyday context or dispensation. Maybe one cannot into itself from what from the use of what bad grammar. I agree that. Maybe this paper or this okay, in quest to answering the question above, this paper would focus on three linguistic devices such as maybe circularity, vagueness, and maybe too broad. Do you get me? In relation to that, one word I'll give what maybe two examples, and then I'll show you how to answer it. Then you start maybe the first maybe example, and you give, or you can give maybe first and foremost in relation to maybe two vagueness, then maybe this full stop. Then give two example. Do you get within that? Then maybe example 1, example 2. Then you come out all should be in essay, not like maybe vagueness. No, you align it. No, be matured. So after giving the two examples simultaneously, then you come and explain why it is a problem, and then you give a solution. Then you come secondly, then do that. Thirdly, then do that. Then you have to give a conclusion. Because so you have to you have to enrich it. You have to enrich it so that you get the 500 words. Because if you just write one sentence, two sentences, just like that, you wouldn't even get the 500 or 600 words. I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm down for that part. Any questions? Any question? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can
please,
hear you.
I just joined, and this is our question. So please, can you go over it more for me?
Yehovah, this one there, I beg. Please, who can explain it? Because I don't know really explain and there and it's not only one question. Honestly, barrister, my brother.
Please,
Barrister.
I'm recording it. We can't be going back. Okay. People are also on standby who joined earlier. We want to go back to unfair. So I've recorded it. I'll upload it.
So then I think
I'll share the link with you so that you can go and watch and then you can listen to
All
it.
right, all right. You, I'm coming. You, let me help him up. Please, who just spoke? Who just spoke?
Then please make it in a small.
Who
Yes.
just spoke?
I'm the one, please.
1 minute.
I'm
Okay.
the one, please.
What are the language devices that you know? What are the language devices that you know? Hello.
Linguistics devices. Hello.
Is it?
Hello.
Do you know them?
No, please.
So, all right. Hello. Yeah, I was saying that you
Yes.
see, we have linguistic devices within your slide. So if you check slide 3, just after the well-defined, you see it in there. So you have what? Linguistic devices. And these linguistic devices, they are bad language or bad grammar that you and I we have been speaking all day. Do you get me? So these linguistic devices helps us to correct or check on our grammar. So it's not like you are not matured. I will come soon. I know that this they are incorrect. No, yeah. The next question is that he said using 3 different scenarios. So using 3 different scenarios. So yeah, explain why a critical thinker is advised to bracket metaphorical, proverbial, and other forms of what symbolic language. Now, can somebody quickly search for us the word maybe to brackets? It is a idiomatic expression. To bracket means what? To bracket, it means it is an idiomatic expression. To bracket means. Yes, who has got it? Who has got it? Who has got it? Who has got the meaning? Who has got the meaning?
Somebody's hand is
Please,
up.
let's continue. Please, let's continue.
Is it?
Please, let's continue.
Yeah, I'm saying that thing. Let's continue. I'm saying yes, I know, but I'm saying that thing. The to bracket, do you get me? It's an idiomatic expression or it means something else. So who can get us a meaning to bracket?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I have searched for it. Okay, they said each of a pair
what
of
did they say?
marks. They say each of a pair of marks used to enclose words or figures so as to separate them from the content. And another definition is a category of people or things that are similar or fall between specific limits.
All right. Now, so let's read the question again. It says that using 3 scenarios. Explain why a critical thinker is advised to brackets metaphorical, proverbial, and other forms of what symbolic language. So we are saying that what now, if you are using, you see, the brackets, the bracket that you know, the bracket that you guys know is not the bracket that's you see, we are used to the brackets more like the one that I just say like I don't know how to oh, but I can show that kind of bracket. That is not the bracket. That name I think is called this oh, I've forgotten the actual word. It's not from P. Is it parenthesis or parenthesis or something of that sort? But the bracket one is the one which is more like one, and then it goes down and up. That is a bracket.
Are
Now
you
I
referring
think
to
that why
parentheses?
should parenthesis? Yes, parenthesis. That is not that is oh, there's difference between parentheses and then brackets. The bracket that we know that we always put numbers in brackets. That is a parenthesis, and the brackets that the parentheses are what most times we refer to as the brackets. Do you get a distinction? All right, let's move whatever we
No,
now.
please,
So
can you explain it further for us to understand?
no barrister. So kindly, I'm coming in. Let me check something.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm coming in. Let me check something. So barrister, I believe you're on the net, right? So kindly check type on your phone a difference between our parentheses and the brackets. Then you would zoom that one as we discuss this question. Okay, so that you'll see the distinction. Do you get me? Barrister, do you get me? Barrister. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Please call. Yeah, I've shared the screen. Can
Yeah,
you see
iPhone.
it?
You can talk.
Hello. Oh, I shared a screen. Hello, Dan.
Yeah, hello. Barrister, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was talking about my mic was off. I'm saying that You share it with them, and then you type brackets. The symbol you share it with them to get whilst you continue with it.
I'm
I
sure.
think Jonah, yeah, sure.
I'm sure they will know the bracket you're talking about already. I'm coming just one
Okay,
minute. So let's focus.
Jonas, you can talk. Jonas, you can talk. All right, so let's continue. So you see,
Hello.
when
Yeah, I think I had the definition here.
What did they say?
The difference. The parentheses are used to enclose numbers, words, phrases, sentence, letters, symbols, and other items, which in brackets are used to enclose. Whilst in brackets are used to enclose information that are inserted into a quote, as well as parenthetical material within the parentheses.
All right. So you see look at the screen. You see the screen. You see the one that it is more like a box, like a rectangular or square. No. Can you see that one? Can we see it? Hello.
Hi, yeah, we can see.
Yeah. That one is the one we call the brackets. And the one before it, you see the one more like train and no. That one is this one, the parenthesis. But I think we have changed it and like it is common, mostly called that one the brackets and all that. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Yes,
Do
we
you?
get it.
Yes.
So now they're saying that now why is it advised that we are supposed to bracket metaphorical, proverbial, and what other forms of symbolic language? Now, when we talk about metaphor are not supposed to be interpreted literally. So if I say example, Daniel is a lion. So this Daniel is a lion, it simply connotes or it simply means that what maybe Daniel is brave, Daniel is courageous, and all that. But if you go and interpret it like literally, you can end up saying, oh, Daniel is a wizard or Daniel has spirits or what have you. Do you get me? So you see, and then the metaphor, and then the proverbial or other forms of the symbolic language, it has more than what one meaning. Do you get me? It has more than what one meaning.